Okay, I did a video, I feel like it was a while back. I know it was sometime last year, and I think the video was called Let's Do an Experiment, something experiment. And I just kind of want to touch on that and kind of reiterate that message today. For some people, the thought of recovery seems extremely daunting and overwhelming and just like, I don't even know where to start because I don't even know how I'm going to get through it. And I can't wrap my head around being able to do these things for long enough to be able to recover. Therefore, I'm just not going to do it. Or therefore, I'm going to do it my way. And I'm going to do the slow and steady approach just to make sure that I feel like I can cope and I can deal with recovery. And what I tell my clients is like, what if you just gave yourself one day to do everything that you know, all the knowledge that you've gathered about how to recover, and you absolutely gave it 110% at recovery for just one day? I can guarantee you that if you're truly committed to recovery, maybe this is to tease out who's really committed and who's not, because there will be people that are committed to recovery, but they haven't got that feeling yet of what it feels like to really give it their all. So they stay stuck for a while. And it's like, but I really believe them when I'm talking to them. Like, I really believe that they are committed to recovery and they want to, but they don't know how to get over this hurdle of getting unstuck and just moving into full recovery, like full recovery mode. And so I tell them, give yourself one day to just genuinely do everything that you can. From the moment you open your eyes until you lay your head on the pillow, you have given recovery your absolute all. You did not let your eating disorder in for 1 second. Not one thought did you react to. That your eating disorder told you to do this, you did the opposite. All day long. It's gonna feel exhausting. But if you can do that and lay down, you're gonna feel really, really proud of yourself. Will you feel scared and anxious? Yes, of course. But the people that are truly committed to recovery are gonna wake up the next morning and do it again. And again and again. It's going to snowball. They're going to gain that momentum and they're going to gain that confidence that they need to keep going. People that are not fully committed to recovery, they may do that for a day. And then what's going to happen the next day if they're not really committed is that it's going to have a huge backlash effect, right? And they're going to swing the other way and they're going to compensate and restrict and do all this weird stuff. And then they're going to do that for enough time before they feel confident and comfortable enough to give it their all. And then they're going to kind of back off. So my point is, if you're really truly committed to recovery, this idea of giving yourself this one day to just get a feel for what it's going to be like to have to really eat unrestrictedly and fully rest, something about that will give you just enough of a high, just enough of kind of an adrenaline rush to wake up the next morning and feel excited. An analogy I use is like if you are, in the workforce, and you go to work and you just have this crushing, cool, killer day at work. Just like your boss like comes in and gives you a raise and says you're doing amazing and everyone's high-fiving you through the halls and you just like finished a project a few days early and all these it's just a bomb work day, right? You're going to go home and feel on cloud 9 and you're probably going to go into work the next day with a little pep in your step, right? Now, the flip side of this would be, let's say you go into work and your boss calls you in and yells at you and threatens to fire you, and people are talking behind your back saying what a lousy employee you are, and you've spilled coffee all over your keyboard, you've ruined your computer, and just everything that could go wrong has gone wrong. And you go home just feeling like crap. You're not going to want to go into work the next day, right? You're just going to be like, what's the point? I'm just so over this. So you see where I'm going with this. This is very much how recovery needs to feel, and how doing this for one day and having this really successful work day or really successful recovery day, it's going to give you a little pep in your step the next morning. You're going to wake up a little bit more excitement, a little bit more like, I got this, I can do this. So if the idea and the thought of, this recovery, this concept of recovery taking, months and months and months, years maybe, feels so overwhelming and daunting, try this experiment. Just challenge yourself. This day, whatever the next day is, I am going to absolutely, from sun up to sundown, wake up in the morning until I lay my head down on that pillow, is 100% focused on recovery. I'm going to do everything I can to say that I did everything I can. And then you carry that on. You wake up the next morning with confidence and momentum, and you do it again and again and again. And these days all pile up, and eventually you'll find yourself fully recovered. Now, of course, every single day is not going to be perfect, but I want that first day to be pretty killer. Like, I want you to feel pretty stoked about your efforts in that first day. And then see if that feels different. I can't reiterate enough how much this tool or just this tactic can get people unstuck. I know for myself, when I entered this last attempt at recovery, for me, it really was like this first day, this one day that I just was like, that's recovery. That's what it is. Okay, I got an idea of what this needs to feel like. And I woke up the next morning and I tried to do even better than that day. And I laid down that night and was like, holy crap, like things are changing in my brain. It's been a couple of days. And then I woke up the next day. Oh my gosh, like I'm doing this. My anxiety was through the roof. My excitement was matching that. My excitement about the fact that these things I was doing were different than I had ever done. And my brain was starting to feel different than it ever felt. And I was having hope that I had never had up until that point because I was putting in that hard work. So with that, go and have a wonderful weekend. Decide that you're going to do this. Give yourself that day. And I'd be very curious to know how that goes for you. All right, have a good day.